So, folks, we are joined by Charlynne Boddie, a dynamic, ardent minister, former Hollywood producer, former White House lead press officer, and international life coach known for her inspirational teachings on purpose, vision, and spirituality. With a fascinating background that includes serving as a corporate, police, and military chaplain, Charlynne brings a wealth of experience in guiding individuals from diverse backgrounds towards achieving their dreams and living an extraordinary life. And as we prepare to delve into our conversation on the topic at hand, unveiling your extreme dreams, a journey of purpose and vision, here's an exciting twist. First, let us tickle our guest's brain. So, Charlynne, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. If you're ready, let's get started.
Okay.
All right, here comes the first word, curiosity.
Wow. Disaster invention.
and that's my next question. Invention.
You know what? I'd say a disaster response kit for women.
And then future.
Destination heaven.
Book.
My book, True Grid, Discovering God's Custom Designed Blueprint for You.
Movie.
Hope Floats.
Okay, and the next one is aliens.
Demonic entities.
Universe.
God made.
Leadership.
Character.
Imagination.
Necessary.
And the last one is success.
Exponential.
And that's a great first rapid fire round, which means I have one more rapid fire round towards the end of the episode. So stay tuned. And before I formally welcome you to the show, let me welcome the audience. So, folks, you have tuned into TGV and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value not only to your life, but also to your career. And thank you so much for tuning in. Charlynne, hearty welcome to TGV. How are you doing today?
I am so well, Naveen. It's so good to see you and to be with you here today.
Same here. I've been eagerly waiting for this particular conversation, and finally we are here. And let's get the ball rolling. So, Charlynne, please share your success mantra with our audience, as in the top 3 things that have contributed to your success so far.
I would say, Naveen, to your audience, personal relationship for me with Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. I would say obedience to everything he says in the Bible, because that is the book for life success, in my personal opinion, and many others around the globe. I would also say that I have special mentors from the time that I was a very little girl all the way till now, who have been a very active voice in my life. They've been wise, godly men and women that have said, Char, this is what I hear from the Lord for you. If you follow this, this will happen. And of course, you know, I have, and the success has been phenomenal.
Superb. That's so profound. And also, Charlynne, your work emphasizes helping individuals achieve their dreams and visions. So, what inspired you to start coaching and mentoring others in this area, especially considering your diverse professional background?
Well, you know what, Naveen? It's a really easy answer to that question. I was hit 3 times in 10 months by a car, and I did not cause the accidents. The last accident was near fatal. It almost killed me. I had a brain injury. I had spinal cord injuries, internal bleeding that lasted for 6 years. And I said, okay, God, please tell me how I'm going to get out of what they thought would be a deathbed. How am I going to get out of here? And I got this download, Naveen, about what I now call the Extreme Dreams Seminar. And the core part of that is the vision grid that helps people take a look at their lives and how they want to move from transition into success.
And those dangers, like you have met with accident multiple times, it sounds so scary. And you have faced significant challenges in life, and also including financial struggles to encounters with danger, right? So how have these experiences shaped your perspective on resilience and the pursuit of dreams?
Well, they really put your faith to the test, Naveen. Many people believe different things, and I've met so many people in my world travels, and I have found repeatedly The only person that actually talks to me every day and helps me is Jesus Christ. And here I was, I had to, leave my job. I had to go to rehab to work on my body and also my brain. And there's so many things that were going on with that one car accident with a drunk driver that I thought, wow, it's nice to love God when things are going well. But when your whole world falls apart, you really find out if what and who you're believing in is real. And I found out that my faith in Jesus Christ was real and that he was going to walk me through every single day, every bit of rehab. He was going to give me godly nurses and rehab people that would say, you can do it, Shar. You can do it. We're going to help you with your brain injury. We're going to help you with your back injury. You can do it. Jesus is here with you. You can do it. And I found out it was true. He really is a savior when you need him the most.
That sounds miraculous. And I see that you have extreme faith in God. And I think this is a great story of resilience. And in fact, all good things started coming in your way, right? That's so great. And also, Charlynne, you teach about hearing God's voice as a lifestyle, right? So can you share practical advice or experiences that have helped individuals connect with their spirituality as well as purpose?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you just one little, sneak peek into my life that I was working for the U.S. government and I loved my job. It was with the Environment Agency for, the U.S. government. Loved it. I live in, I think, the most beautiful part of America, which is the Rocky Mountain West. So the mountains are all around me. You can see blue sky and sun every day. And it was a beautiful place to work on environmental issues. But I began, Naveen, to get itchy feet. And by that, I mean, I was a little bit bored in my job. I loved it. I loved working with America's top scientists, beautiful people, really proud of all their accomplishments. But I wanted something more. And I sat down and I prayed and I got very quiet. I think when you want to hear God's voice, be still. Be very still and listen. And I listened and I heard the Lord say, what do you want, Charlynne? What is this? What do you want? And I said, Lord, I want to work for the most powerful man in the world. Well, so far, that's still the president of the United States. And I heard the Holy Spirit say, you can have that. And I said, what, God? Really? I said, let me get quiet again and ask that again. I can go there. I said, well, how? Nobody knows me at the White House. How do I get there? And I heard the Lord say, write him a letter and I will tell you what to put in it. So I got out pen and paper, Naveen, and I listened to what God said to me. I wrote a short, sweet letter to the president of the United States asking for a job. And do you know that letter got to the president? And do you know 6 weeks later, I got hired.
Wow. And who was the president then?
President Clinton. Bill Clinton.
Okay, got it. Super.
And, and that's just a little sneak peek into if you listen and obey, then God will open doors for you that no man can shut, Naveen.
Right.
He says that in the Bible. If you will do what he asks you to do and you get still and quiet and you listen, he will open doors for you that no man can shut. And I had to pack my bags in the White House when they called. They said, Charlynne, can you be here in 2 weeks? Oh, Naveen, I packed those bags so fast.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And that's a dream come true, right? Amazing. I got goosebumps when you mentioned about God mentioning about it and you started noting down that writing the small letter, right? Amazing.
Yes.
Superb. All right. So, Charlynne, what unique strategies do you use to coach leaders in different spheres of societal influence, like corporate, media, government, in order to help them achieve their extreme dreams?
Well, Naveen, I love to hear from people, kind of get them to think outside of the box. And I will first usually start with having them create their own dream board, their own personal dream board. And it's very visual. It may have words on it. I get them to cut out all kinds of images from a magazine without much thought. And I just say, don't think too much because you'll analyze yourself into frenzy. Don't do that. Just cut, and then create the board. And don't, criticize yourself as you're doing it. Just, put down some, thoughts, pictures, and then let's talk about it. Let's take what you see on the board visually and let's put that into words for what I call the vision grid. And that vision grid, Naveen, that God gave me after that car accident, it looks at all three parts of your life, body, soul, and spirit. It looks at the next 5 years of your life from where a person is right then when they're with me, all the way to the following 5 years. But it looks at each part of your life, body, soul, and spirit, in actionable chunks. We look at each person who's unique with bite-sized chunks to the dreams they want to see become real.
That sounds so interesting, and I would like to take a look at that for sure. So, Charlynne, let's talk about the intuition part. Like, how can individuals harness their intuition effectively within different societal spheres to make a positive impact and at the same time influence others as well?
Well, yeah, I think it's really important that people try not to second guess their inner voice. So many times, Naveen, we have that right information on the inside of us, but they, will poo-poo, oh, I can't do that, or, that just doesn't make sense. And I think if you're a person of faith, it's amazing. Usually God is going to encourage you to do something you would not normally do. That's how I know it's not Charlynne, speaking. It's really the Lord. Wow. So I really encourage my clients to not second guess themselves. That inner voice is usually telling you the right thing, but sometimes we say, oh, no, that can't be right. And I would encourage my clients to go with that. Let's just see what happens with that. And let's obey what that voice is saying and see where we go. And let's put that into bite-sized, doable chunks. See where we go with that. And it's been amazing for every client what happens with that.
I bet on that. And then let's shift gears and talk about the stress, which is the biggest, I would say, biggest enemy of this time, right? People are getting stressed, overstressed due to lots of stuff happening and a lot of uncertainty existing in the world. So, and you advocate for stress reducing journaling. So how can this practice benefit individuals in achieving clarity, peace, as well as personal growth?
I think it's so powerful, Naveen. People often ask me to lead weekends. I've led retreat weekends in many different places and really talk to people about the stress buster journaling that I encourage them to do. And I try to get clients I work with personally to do it once a week. So I want them to have a very separate journal from even what we're working with on their extreme dream, but something very separate to them. But I will ask them, let's look at the victories in your life. Can you just take the next 2 hours and I'll put them out in a park somewhere or a beautiful estate. And I'll say, can you just take the next 2 hours, walk and find a place by yourself and write out the victories of your life. Let's rehearse the things that you're proud of. Because a lot of times, Naveen, people do not take time to do that. Right. Oh, yeah, I did do a good job on that project. Oh, wow, there's that. Something else I ask my clients to write about in their journal to relieve stress and decompress is to write down all the good things people say about them. Right. Again, Naveen, people do not take time to do that. And, people say, well, Charlynne, why would I want to do that? And here's the thing. When you have a rainy day, when you have a bad day at work, when you're not feeling so great about yourself, if you will open up that journal, it will bring sunshine into your rainy day. Right. It becomes a treasure to you.
And you rightly mentioned, like, we forget whatever success we have achieved and whatever good things and victories that are part of our life. And we worry about things we always wanted and desire, right? That leads to additional stress as such. Wonderful. And this conversation has been amazing so far, and it's time for us to add some excitement and some more fun to the episode. If you're ready, I'll kick off the second rapid fire round.
Okay.
All right, here comes the first bullet. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
It would say, Naveen, Jesus is alive and well. Give him a call. He's waiting for you and has good news for you.
And what is the most unusual or memorable dream you have ever had?
I dreamt, Naveen, that I was sitting on a Hollywood set and I was doing my own television show. And I woke up from that dream thinking, oh my gosh, it was so real. It felt so real. And guess what, Naveen? I coached myself. I put the dream on the vision grid and said a prayer over it, and it happened. That TV show in Hollywood became a reality, and Universal Pictures, that big studio in Hollywood, gave me my break.
Amazing. That's so great. That's so great. And Charlynne, can you describe yourself in just one word?
Engaging.
Engaging.
I'm an engaging person.
Yeah, indeed. And if you could have a superpower for a day, what would it be and why?
I want to, walk up to strangers. Sometimes I do this, I'm always practicing this. Walking up to strangers and telling them secrets that they don't think anyone cares or knows about them, that are encouraging to them. And then also helping them walk out those dreams, and seeing those dreams manifest and become real. That is something that I like doing, but I always want to get better at it, Naveen. Always seeking to be better at what I do. And so I'll probably always be a student in that area.
And this is a brilliant superpower and one of the most unique thoughts I've ever heard on this platform. Good one. All right. If you could trade lives with any historical figure for a week, who would it be and what would you do?
Boy, a historical figure for a week. You know what? If it was a historical figure, boy, oh boy, that's a hard one. But, I suppose one of our best presidents was probably John F. Kennedy. Mm-hmm. He was quite the dreamer, and I kind of see myself as a dreamer.
Yeah.
And, he wanted to see men on the moon. Mm-hmm. And that actually happened, of course, after his death. But he was a dreamer for America, and he saw the big when we weren't there yet. And I think to be a dreamer, you have to believe in things that have not yet been made real. So I guess I would like to sit with that president for an afternoon and talk and pick his brain about some things.
I love it. And here comes the last bullet out of the second rapid fire round. What is one electronic gadget or a fantasy gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
Wow. You know what? Women, Naveen, we love shoes. We can never have enough shoes. You know what I would love to have? A revolving shoe cabinet so I don't have to rummage through my closet to find the shoes. Yeah. I would like to have a revolving cabinet that when you hit it, it turns and it stops when you say stop. And then you can just pick out the shoes, and it's got enough space for a whole pair. So your shoes are never lost, but it's out of the way. It's in your closet, but it revolves electronically. That's what I would like.
Interesting one. I wish your dream comes true. And that was a great second rapid fire. And let's flip back to the mainstream. So lastly, what actionable tips can you share for individuals seeking to live an out-of-the-box successful life and pursue their most audacious dreams?
Here's what I would say. Four little tips, Naveen. Mm-hmm. I would say for everyone to try to do something actionable, even if it's the tiniest thing, toward their vision every day. Make sure it happens. I love what Yoda said in Star Wars. He said, there is no try, just do.
Yeah.
And so I believe that. Secondly, I would say be ruthless with your time and not people. We do not seek to reach the top by being mean to others. Be ruthless with your own time. Take responsibility for your time, but don't be ruthless with people. Thirdly, I would say make sure that you're on track with what you say you want to achieve, because it's so easy, Naveen, for each one of us to veer off course. We don't want to do that. So let's check in every 3 to 6 months and go back to ourselves and go, do I really want to achieve this? Okay, I'm on target. Or wow, what am I doing here? I'm wasting time and money doing this thing that has nothing to do with what I really want to do in my heart of hearts.
Yeah.
Fourthly, I would say really consider creating your own board. If we treated ourselves, Naveen, like a company, we would have a board that helps us execute plans, right? In complete goals. But most people don't think of themselves as a company, and I do. So I believe that we need to create a board for what I call You Incorporated. If you yourself were a company, what board would you create? What board of advisors would you? And part of my job as a life coach, Naveen, is helping people create the perfect board for where they want to go in life. And that's what I would say. Those would be my 4 tips that would be actionable for your viewers and your listeners to get to where they want to be. It's simple, but we need to carry them out.
So powerful. I loved all those 4 tips, and thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed the conversation so far. And how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice platform?
Well, I love it, and I hope you invite me back, Naveen. Absolutely. I hope you invite me back. My Indian friends in the UK, they call me sister. They don't call me Charlynne. They say you're like our sister. When I have saris, I have a whole closet full of Indian clothes. I just feel I love my Indian brothers and sisters out there, and I hope you invite me back. This has been so much fun.
Absolutely. I would love to have you on show, and also I would like to invite you to India. Do pay a visit, and I would be happy to host you.
Oh, man, Naveen, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. I would just say you have to take me to a sari store. I'm always in the mood to add a new sari or linga to my closet.
In fact, my wife runs a sari store. So you have plenty of options.
Oh, my goodness. I love her already. I love her already.
Amazing. And thank you so much, Charlynne. And really loved every bit of our conversation. And looking forward to hosting you again in future. And I really appreciate you taking time to join me in this conversation. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Naveen. Thank you for having me. I was really blessed to be with you all today. And I hope your listeners receive something that will encourage them in their own extreme dream journey. And that they might just go grab my book, True Grit. It's on Amazon, Audible, and also Kindle.
Yeah. So for those of you who are watching or listening to this episode, you'll find the link to Charlynne's book in the show note or the episode description. Go and grab a copy and live your dreams. That's what I can say.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So friends, that was our episode with Charlynne Boddie. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request for you. In case if you haven't already subscribed to TGV, the Guiding Voice podcast series, please subscribe from wherever you have tuned in, because you will have loads of takeaways. You learn a lot while having a lot of fun, and you have some interesting trivia towards the end of every episode, apart from 2 interesting rapid fire rounds. And subscribing keeps you updated on new episodes. And also, if you have enjoyed this conversation and found it useful, please share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like our podcast, The Guiding Voice. So spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. And now let's cruise into the trivia segment. Having spoken to Charlynne Boddie on the extreme dreams, I thought I would present you 3 lesser known and interesting facts about dreams. First one is about dream incorporation. During REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement, the stage where most dreaming occurs, our brain is active and can incorporate external stimuli into our dreams. And this phenomena is known as dream incorporation. For example, if you hear a sound while sleeping, your brain might integrate it into your dream narrative. Sounds interesting, isn't it? Next is about blind people. Do you know blind people also dream? Individuals who were born blind or become blind early in life can still experience vivid dreams involving other sensory experiences such as sound, touch, taste, and smell. And their dreams are based on their existing memories and perceptions of the world. And third one is about premonition dreams. Some people report having dreams that seem to predict future events, similar to what happened in Charlynne's case. While this remains a controversial topic without scientific proof, anecdotal evidence suggests that certain dreams may foreshadow real-life occurrences or provide insights into unresolved issues as well. Likewise, if you have any interesting facts related to dreams, do let me know. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there, or if you have found this episode on social media platform, you can comment there as well. So that's it for today. Folks, thank you so much once again for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV family. We love to hear from you, so do not hesitate to share your ideas, feedback, topic recommendations, and most importantly, guest speaker suggestions either through our social media, or you can also email us at decodingvoiceforyou at gmail.com, 4 as in digit 4 and you as letter U. And let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host Naveen Samala, a lifelong learner, and my goal is to have impactful conversations that improve not only your life but also your career. So until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember the future holds great things. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Signing off for now.